Brown Boy Wonder podcast.
Welcome to the second annual edition of the Brown Boy Wonder podcast. Since it's spooky season, my guest and I are going to rewatch, of course, the Conjuring Universe in this month of October. My guest has no introduction here. I mean, he has an introduction because he's been here since day one-ish. Skyler, how are you doing today?
Has no introduction. That's me. I'm doing great.
Yeah, man. We're gonna get into some religious stuff here, but
Where are we?
I do have a question for you.
Oh, hit me with that question.
Do you want to play some hide and biscuits?
My answer is that's none your business.
That should be in the Hall of Fame. That line should be in the Hall of Fame. But of course, today's episode we are watching The Nun, which was released in 2018, directed by Corin Hardy, and written by Gary Duberman. So the director here.
Yeah, he's only directed one other thing. It's called The Hollow, and it's an Irish horror movie.
I've seen that thumbnail. I never saw it.
Yeah, don't know.
It's not The Invisible Man, but it's The Hollow.
You're correct. It is not The Invisible Man. I don't know what made you think that, but
No, what's that old monster movie? You know, there's the Werewolf Man, the Invisible. Is it called Invisible Man?
there is
Back
a
in the
movie
day?
called The Invisible Man. Yeah.
Like The Mummy.
Oh yeah, that is also a movie.
I don't know anymore. But yes, we're talking about The Nun here.
To make this a shorter episode than last time, I'm gonna let all that go, and we're just gonna continue on. But I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I don't know. But I have the old monsters collection back in the 30s, 40s.
Yeah. The Universal monster movies: Dracula, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Wolfman, Creature in the Black Lagoon, and the last one would be Phantom of the Opera.
Yes. Maybe I was thinking of Invisible Man. I don't know. But let's get into the cast here, guys.
From the Okay, no, yeah, let's go. Go ahead.
The cast here we got. Damn, I wish you said this part.
Yeah, you said last week, like, all right, you're gonna do this one, and I'm gonna do the next one, and then yeah, good luck. 'Cause I'm not
All right.
helping.
Damn it. Well, we got.
I'm not gonna say a thing.
Thank you. We got D-Man Bitcher as Father Burke.
Mm-hmm.
We have the sister of Farminga. We have Tissa Farminga.
That is actually
Irene.
her sister.
It is her sister.
That's
Which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. That is her sister.
Does that make her a nepo baby? No. I'm looking at her
No.
filmography. She's in stuff.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
She just looks like it's like her sister, twin sister. They look like
I
twins.
wouldn't say twin sister. In fact, I didn't realize that was her sister until just now.
Really? I knew
no
it from the
idea.
start. Okay,
You knew
that's
just
good.
looking at her, you're like, that looks like her. I
Yeah,
didn't put that together at all.
Yeah, I looked it up. It's like, oh, that's her sister. That's pretty
Oh
neat.
well, if you look it up, that doesn't count.
No. I looked at her and I was like, let me look it up. Is this true? And then it's true. And it's like, so they're part of the same Conjuring Universe.
Well, that's
Very nice.
cool.
Yeah. We also have Jonas Balkut as Frenchie. We have Bonnie Aarons as the Nun. We have Ingrid Bisu as Sister Ohana. I was thinking of Lilo and Stitch. Ohana means family.
Okay.
So yeah, Ohana. And we got Charlotte Hope as Sister Victoria. And there's some other sisters that we don't really care about.
Oh wow.
We got Jack Flack as Evil Daniel.
Jack Black.
Jack Flack. Flock. My name is Steve.
Okay. This is a great The Nun episode so far.
What do you think of the budget for this movie, man? Yeah, for this one.
Oh my goodness. There's bigger sets in this one than anything we've seen before. I mean, at least the Abbey set is really kind of detailed and grand looking. I don't know, $30 million?
Kind of close, 22 million. What about the box office?
Oh man. Oh well, okay. It did just get a sequel.
Yes.
2 million, so it's got more. I don't know. Did people like? I don't think people liked this. 100 million.
Oh, people like this. 366 million.
366. Didn't you say that Annabelle Creation only had like
306?
Oh, okay. So it was closer.
It made more though.
Yeah. Is it
people like the Nun.
Just because the Nun is scarier?
Probably so. It's the most iconic figure in this franchise.
I don't know if that's true. I think whether or not people like the movies, I think Annabelle's more iconic at this point.
That is true. Let us know.
Is the doll, obviously.
Yeah. I guess I'll make a poll out there. Is Annabelle more iconic or is the Nun more iconic now?
I think no matter what people say, like they're 1 and 2. Those two. They're the top two. But
Annabelle has 3 movies, the Nun has 2 movies, so
far,
yes. I don't know if the Conjuring Universe is over.
Well, it's not. There's a new Conjuring movie coming out next year.
There is. With right along with Insidious. So
there's another Insidious?
Yeah, remember I told you a long time ago?
You tell me I watched all those movies for nothing?
Hey man, there's another Saw movie. So I don't know what's going on.
Hey, Saw's ride or die, that's different. We were born into the Saw game.
That is true. But yeah. All new sequels for all these established franchises. So there we go. Before we get into plot here, what is your initial thoughts of excuse me, a fly hit me. Is that the Nun?
A spooky fly. Maybe that was a ghost of a fly. It wasn't a real
gosh. Fly. Excuse me. But yeah, what was your initial thoughts of the Nun?
Honestly, I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. This movie so we mention our letterbox ratings on the movies as we talk about them. I haven't rated this yet. Because I'm hoping that the discussion helps me pinpoint a star rating because I don't know. People don't really seem to like this movie ratings wise. There's a lot of 2 stars, 2.5, 1.5 even there's some three stars. It doesn't really go a lot higher than that. I know you gave it 3 stars.
I did. I was just checking. I did 3 stars.
I don't know because story-wise and writing-wise and even to an extent acting-wise, no offense to Taissa Farmiga. I think she's fine actually, but
she's fine.
I think a lot of this movie is a little dumb, kind of hokey, kind of silly in parts, and this movie definitely leans more into the jump scare stuff. We praised Annabelle Creation for doing it well. This one is just kind of back to the same old. Really, when I was watching this, and it's definitely a benefit of hindsight thing because these movies I'm about to reference came out afterwards, but I kept thinking of movies such as The Pope's Exorcist.
Oh, I see.
Winchester.
With Helen Mirren?
Yeah. Those kinds of either haunting or possession movies where they're kind of a dime a dozen. Hell, Russell Crowe's in 2. He's in Exorcism, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one. I watched Pope's Exorcist because he was riding around on that Vespa.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch the other one because I didn't think he was going to be on a Vespa in that one.
No. That one was like, it's whatever.
So a lot of this movie is basically indistinguishable from those other kinds of movies. I'm going to use Pope's Exorcist as a recent example. They're very similar in tone and execution. However, there are parts of this movie where they brought the sauce for some reason. There's parts of this movie where I look at it and I'm like, that goes kind of hard. And I don't know why. And we'll get into it as we do our discussion, but I'm conflicted on the rating. I really don't know.
All right, well, we'll get into it. I just think the nun brought the aura in this movie. I think that's why the movie was okay for the most part.
She definitely brings the aura. I'm not going to argue on that.
Yeah.
But what about the aura of the rest of the movie? I think aura and vibe is this movie's strongest suit. I think it's what it does the best. I think if you're going into this looking for story, which, don't get me wrong, I wish it was better.
Yeah.
But the story ain't going to be what keeps you here.
The story is simple. It's like this thing happened, this thing happened, this thing happened.
Yeah.
That's it. But I think it's the setting that brings it.
The story is so simple that at a certain point of the movie, it's just our main characters wandering around into spooky rooms.
Yeah.
Like nothing really progresses at a certain point for like 20 minutes, I want to say. And that's definitely, like, I noticed it, and it's a detriment. I'm like, okay, we're just kind of bumbling into spooky nun rooms. But each individual section, like, okay, that's kind of cool. We're not progressing, but we're doing every once in a while, there's a cool thing popping up. So, I don't know, let's just jump right into the story and...
yeah. Let's get into it here. Well, the movie starts with Lorraine talking about the nun from Conjuring 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get into the time period. In 1952, Abbey of St. Carta, Romania, we see two nuns living at the St. Carta's monastery and are walking towards somewhere in a tunnel with a lot of crosses.
And a lot of fog on the ground, too. The ground is made of fog.
Yes, someone put some cool ice there.
I would say that's a little silly. Like, don't get me wrong. A spooky, foggy like floor is a staple in horror, like especially older horror. But it's nothing in the Conjuring universe has been. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's very fantastical, but this one, like the way the movie just starts and there's this crazy fog hallway, it's like, okay, we're on a movie set. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a haunted house.
Yeah. It really feels like I don't remember what it's called. I came into this trouble like a week ago. The demon hallway, or no, the demon world in Insidious, whatever that's called.
We still don't know what that is.
I still don't know what that's called. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But that's like it's a different world. It's the afterlife or something. You're spirit walking, and so it fantastically shows this world where, of course, there's fog everywhere because it's spooky. But this is just a real place, and it's just as spooky.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh no, I see what you mean. At the end of the hallway, there's a sign on the door that reads, "God ends here." Excuse me. One of the nuns is saying like, "Are we making the right decision here?" Because I don't know. I don't even know, dog.
I don't even know, dog.
And the other nun said like, "We had no choice, dog." They opened the door, and one of the nuns said, "Will the relic save us?" The
It's
other
called
nun,
it's called the Further. It's called the Further. That's what they call it in Insidious.
Oh.
That's what the place is called. It's called the Further. It looks like they're in the Further. I'm sorry. Continue.
That makes sense. I remember now.
Well, I remember. I realized why I didn't remember because that's not a memorable name.
It's not
I kept wanting to
Further?
call it the Upside Down, but that's
You're thinking of Stranger
that's
Things.
yeah.
Further.
I didn't watch all of Stranger Things. Don't tell me to watch it. No. I'm
No,
tired of those
yeah.
kids. Tired
It's
of
okay.
those kids.
It's okay. You don't have to watch it. Because the latest season it hooks you in. But if you don't watch that season, it's just time to stop.
Don't care. I'm tired of those kids. Get them out.
Finn Wolfhard. They
And Wolfhard can be a Ghostbuster, and that other kid can be in oh god, what's it called? The
the
Deliverance.
Deliverance.
Yes. And then the toothless kid can prank homeless people, I guess. And Winona Ryder can go be friends with better younger people. We're done.
All right, Jenna Ortega.
She's chill. She's cool. I didn't watch Wednesday either, though.
I saw 5 episodes.
Well, how many episodes are there?
8.
You were almost done.
I was like, it's not Halloween. Time to move on.
It's Halloween now. All right, turn it on.
The other nun said, "Have faith, sister." And then Tia and Tamara showed up, and they were like, "Sister, sister."
Oh, I don't remember that part.
No, I was joking. The nun gets in the room while the other one prays. The nun screams inside the room and pulls out her bloody hand. The other nun is panicking. The bloody nun crawled out and said that evil needs a vessel to escape. Where's Mermaid Man when you need him? Evil.
All right, that's good. I like that.
She's like, don't let it have you. Then not even God can save. She gets dragged into the room.
That nun was having a Hell in a Cell match with Volek.
Yes, she was.
She got busted open.
Man, she's getting thrown through outside the hell like mankind. Oh my goodness!
Thumbtack spots.
Oh my god! 2x4 with barbed wire for fire.
The Volek put her through the flaming table.
Oh god! Damn, this nun is going through it.
That was I'm gonna give that a 4.5 star match that nun did with not quite 5, but that's an all timer right there.
The thing is, we didn't see that Hell in a Cell match, and it was in the dark.
I could see it in my mind though. I imagined it.
But yeah,
unless it was in the red cage, and then I take all those points back. We're done with the red cage.
That's over.
Thank God.
Yeah, when she was trying to say her sentence, she couldn't because she got dragged. The surviving nun, Sister Victoria, flees from the attacker, a demon appearing as a nun.
Ooh,
the nun. She's a nun. She is terrifying. She is floating through the hallway with the candles being burned out. She's the Undertaker. Sister again, eventually Sister Victoria's like, I'm out. She hangs herself. Yeah. That's
the shot of the nun coming down the hallways from the after credits of Annabelle Creation, as we discovered last week.
Yeah. And I think that is a way to enter the movie. That's how you do it.
Yeah, I was given that hallway trash for its overuse of fog, but as for a start here, I think we're off to the races. I'm fairly hooked. Maybe because like we already know the nun. I guess we don't know her deal. I mean, we do know her deal. We know it's a demon named Volek, and then it takes the form of the nun, and we know what she can do. But we don't know why she's here or her origin. I suppose
Yeah, we don't.
But we got the gist of what she can do, and so seeing her come down the hallway, the candles get snuffed out as she passes, and she puts that other nun through a flaming table, and spears her into some barbed wire.
Oh goodness.
And then
Yeah.
this nun says, and for that reason, I'm out, and
Yep.
dips right out of the movie, right off the planet.
Oh yeah, once she heard that dong,
Yeah, the Undertaker.
the Undertaker. But yeah, she hanged herself. Not a good sight.
Then the imagery of the cross turning upside down. We get a lot of that in this Conjuring universe. A lot of crosses turning upside down.
Yeah, especially
I guess specifically that's a Volek thing, because the most we saw that was in Conjuring 2.
Yeah.
And now it makes sense that we see it again here. But this cross turns upside down and lights on fire. Quite blasphemous imagery.
It is. Her body is discovered by Frenchie, a villager who transports supplies to the nuns.
Frenchie from The Boys.
No, he is French.
He's French Canadian.
We'll get into that. What is the big place for the popes? The Vatican.
Vatican. There you go.
Yes, I was gonna say the Vatican. Excuse me.
That's right.
The Vatican sends Father Burke and Sister Irene, a nun in her training, to Romania to investigate what the hell is going on.
Father Burke was making me laugh this whole movie. I don't know what I just thought he was a funny guy.
Well, what do you do?
Just the way he spoke.
Okay.
And I don't mean his accent, just the way that the way he constructed sentences. I was laughing. I thought he was silly. I'm not to say I was mocking his performance. I don't know if his performance was appropriate.
Yeah.
but I loved having him around. Is how I'm gonna say it.
He's a funny guy. But what's your thoughts on Sister Irene?
She is a warm, friendly soul who's playing with dinosaurs.
Yes.
And she's like, "Look out, I'm a dinosaur." And that little kid says, the other sister says the dinosaurs were a hoax put by Joe Biden. And Sister Irene was like, "That seems like a fucked up thing to say. I don't know if I agree with that."
Well, she kind of reminds me of Nacho Libre.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's like very, very, very friendly with the kids, and
I am.
that's a good song.
I am.
Jack Black early movies were great.
Dude, when Jack Black does that like swan dive off the top rope into the crowd and he flies like a mile, that's one of the most amazing things in cinema history.
Man, that movie should be an Oscar. It should be won by an Oscar, or it should win an Oscar.
I agree. I don't know what for, but I agree.
Best Picture. What are you talking about?
Okay. I'm on board.
Well, Burke met with Irene, and Burke was like, "You are coming with me because the Vatican said you are familiar with Romania." Now, I guess that's a good reason.
No. I'm sure you could find. Well, all right. I was going to say that I'm sure you could find a different nun who has actually taken her vows, who may not be as familiar with Romania, but the fact that they are an established nun who had taken their vows could potentially prove to be more helpful. But then the egg would have been on my face, because Sister Irene locks the shit down in this movie, as we'll see. So
yes, that's what we want, man. Sister Irene here.
Yeah.
The pair meets with Frenchie. Frenchie likes Irene, but remember, she's a nun.
Yeah. Well, not yet.
Not yet. Well, she's gonna be. So don't do it, Frenchie.
Frenchie's got time.
A bit. On the way to the abbey. So what is an abbey? I'm not really familiar.
It is that church. It is. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna say that I know everything, but It is that establishment that
It's like a
there's lots of Catholic buzzwords. Here. Abbey is a type of monastery used by members of religious order, and it's governed by an abbot or an abbess. And
I see.
and an abbess is a superior in the Catholic Church, specifically a female.
Gotcha.
Catholic Church. So because there's an abbey there, that makes it an abbot. Otherwise, it would just be a monastery of some sort.
Gotcha. Well, we will meet someone with that terminology.
She's an abbot in a habit.
Oh,
There's a little pun for you.
all right. Well, when you're trying to get there, Burke is doing some crosswords, and one of the puzzle the crossword puzzle clue is the postman's charge. It's a 10 letters starts with an L.
Post Malone.
No. Irene said, "Dude, it's deliveries, duh." And Burke is like, "Oh, right." Frenchie said that he's French Canadian, like Kevin Owens.
Yes, that's true.
I
really like the bit where Father Burke, Frenchie's like, "All right, I'll take you there. Here we go." And then Father Burke walks up to this truck and he puts the suitcases on the truck. And the truck drives away, and then behind the truck, Frenchie's standing there with his donkey. He's like, "All right, let's go."
Yeah,
Their luggage is just leaving.
That's a good bit.
Frenchie calls it back. He's like, "Oh, let's get those." And then, bro, did you happen to catch what was on the license plate?
On the car?
Yeah.
Well, what did it say?
The license plate is 6-VA-01 LAK. If you take out the numbers, that leaves VA-LAK.
Damn. That's crazy.
They're doing it again.
Just back in the Conjuring 2. Okay.
This just must be something that Volek does.
She likes to.
Thinks it's funny.
Yeah, she likes to play. Has some. I don't know.
You'll never guess my name.
Yeah, she's just.
And to be fair, spoilers in this movie, they don't guess her name. They didn't read the license plate either.
Oh yeah, like me, I didn't notice. That's a good catch. Yeah, so they're discussing about the will of being a nun, but as you said, the horse stopped because he said, "F this. I feel evil." Like Mermaid Man.
Evil.
Do you like Barnacle Boy? I don't like him. I like Mermaid more.
He's just a human Squidward.
Oh, this is groundbreaking. That is some.
I think people knew that. I think it's just broken ground.
I did not know that. Wow. Let's move on. As they were walking, Father Burke made it clear that the Vatican sent him to see if the grounds are still holy.
No, spoilers, they're not.
Burke was.
It might be the most unholy things I've seen in a while, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And I just watched Annabelle Creation.
Yeah. Burke was asking about the deceased body of the nun, and Frenchie said he put it in the ice house where he usually leaves his deliveries. They see the body in the ice house sitting up straight.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Frenchie was like, whoa. That is not my Batman class. No. He said, whoa.
Good reference.
Thank you.
I've also seen that episode of Family Guy.
He said, "Father, dude, that is not how I left her. She was lying down, not sitting up."
This is where you pick up your suitcase and you turn around and you leave.
You get the hell out of here. But no, they're white boys this time.
They brought a white
girls.
girl. They brought a white girl.
Okay, that's the exception. There we go.
She may not be overly. Also, I don't think Father Burke is white.
He's
He's
Puerto Rican, not Puerto Rican. Excuse me.
well, no. If anything, he's Italian.
Yeah,
But Italian is. Do we classify that more on the Latin side or more on the white side? They like perfectly ride the border, don't they?
they do. It could be
They're their
Latin.
own thing.
Mm.
He's just we just call him Italian if that's what he is. I don't know.
All right, and then Frenchie is French
You know what?
Canadian.
We can get to the bottom of this. Let's look at the actor.
All right.
He's born in Mexico.
Oh yes.
So
There you
he's
go.
Mexican. So that means that probably in the context of this film, coming from the Vatican as he was, he's probably Spanish.
Yes.
Now, that's pretty darn Latin.
I agree.
But also, you know, whatever. You know, there's a difference here, though. We're debating on whether or not any of these people are white, because it's always the white people that muck about and piss off demons, right?
Sure.
But there's a difference here. This guy's here to do a job. He's a hardworking father of the cloth. He's not his race has nothing to do with it. He's been told to come here, make sure this place isn't haunted, and by golly, is it actually very freaking haunted. So
It is.
that's a problem.
Yeah, he's not going in there for curiosity. He is doing his work.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. Very nice. Yeah, so that body was supposed to be lying down. Burke gets near to the body and grabs the key of what she was holding. And that's it. Inside the abbey, they meet the Abyss.
The Abyss.
No, not from TNA Abyss, but Abyss.
Yes.
Excuse me. The Abyss. How did the theme song go? It was like
I don't know.
Anyways, mixture of Cain and mankind. For those who don't know, they meet the Abyss. Abyss. Oh my god, I'm gonna mess this up.
It's okay. She's not in the movie very long.
Oh, that's true. Who informs them that the nuns observe silence during the night, so they need to return the next day. Thoughts on this lady here? She was just sitting there in her black veil, just being creepy.
Yeah, very obviously the most evil being I've ever met. Don't talk to. In fact, I would just splash some holy water on her just to be safe.
Yeah, a little bit. Of course, and she was just sitting there too, right? They were just walking by. She was just staring at them. I don't like that.
That's no good.
No. Well, the Abyss. Oh, Abyss. How do you say it?
In a crypt too.
She is. Yeah.
She's sitting in a crypt.
I think she's trying to be cool.
There's like sigils on there's tombs, and there's sigils of Ouroboros, a snake eating its own tail.
Mm.
And she's just sitting here. She's like, "Oh, this is the most evil room I could find, just to sit here in silence and not say anything when you walk by." Yeah, we're gonna let that slide.
Oh. Well, she was like, y'all should, y'all don't want to be here, but come back tomorrow if you want if you want more answers. But you can also stay here if you want. So she's giving them some confusion. Like, should we stay here? Should we leave? If we want more answers.
She told them to kick rocks, but then she said, "You can come back if you dare."
Yeah. As Irene and Burke get settled in, Frenchie is like, I'm gonna head out in the dark. Smart move by Frenchie. As Frenchie walks into the forest, he sees a nun from the distance. This nun looks dead, but she walked away.
Mm.
What did our Frenchie do, Skyler? Tell me, man.
What did he do?
Well, he walks towards her, and she appeared out of nowhere.
He might be a little white.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I know he calls himself French Canadian, but
French is white. Canadian is white. He's white. Yeah,
he's double white.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she came. The nun came out of nowhere in front of him. The nun is dragging a noose. Frenchie gets to the cemetery and hears some noises. The camera is following him around in circles. I like that. I like that shot there. Boom! The nun hanged herself in front of Frenchie and he dropped down. And no, the nun dropped down on him.
Yes. Yeah.
The nun is a skeleton with a bloody mouth.
She's like a zombie.
A little bit, yeah. Frenchie yeeted her and tries to escape. As Frenchie looks back, he sees the nun standing there. Frenchie looks around and then she's gone. He picks up a wooden cross from the ground for protection.
That's smart. And you know what? It's funny because we see later it worked.
It did, yes.
That cross got him home.
Yes.
He just says, "I will be taking this," and he
a
just
big one.
walked on home. Yeah, all right. We're getting ahead, but we legitimately the next time we see Frenchie, he's sitting at a bar and propped up in the seat next to him is the cross.
Yeah,
he's like, "I'm not letting go of this."
That's a big one too.
Fairly all right. Bit with the zombie. There's certain things in this that are a little confusing to me.
Sure.
Given what we know about the nun, Valek, right?
Valek.
Because her whole gimmick is that she makes you see things.
Yeah.
She makes you see what she wants you to see. And she could take the form of many things. And so at first, like, that's kind of what we think's happening, but and again, getting ahead of ourselves here, but in a little bit, there comes a point where characters are physically combating and fighting off things and like shooting things with a gun. And I'm like, does that work? Why does that work? It kind of becomes Pennywise rules from It, where if you believe you can hurt it, you can hurt it. So I don't really know.
I don't know either, but I'm going with it.
But this graveyard set in the woods, it feels like, again, it feels hyper spooky Halloween in like a cartoony sense, kind of like that hallway from the very beginning.
Yeah.
It feels like the Haunted Mansion. Not the movie. Well, not the recent movie, at least.
Oh,
but the maybe the Eddie Murphy one. Was that Seth Rogen?
No, that was Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
No,
his
Seth
Axel
Rogen.
Foley laugh.
Yeah, Seth Rogen is like,
all right,
and then Eddie Murphy's like, All
right.
It's kind of similar. I'm sorry.
All right, now do Fat Albert.
How does he go? I don't know.
All right. All right. Continue.
I'm Fat Albert.
That's definitely what he sounds like.
We see Irene and Burke eating dinner, eating some grub. Not Mr. Mullins' food, by the way.
No,
Sorry.
not going to be the same.
No. Irene mentions her that she gets visions, just like her.
Ooh, just like her not sister.
Yeah,
It's her sister from another movie.
That is not related to her, but they are kind of related.
Oh, what if nope, 20 years apart. That won't work. I was gonna say, what if Irene is Lorraine's mother? Whoa, because they look alike, because in real life they're sisters, but it's only a 20-year difference. It does not work.
No, it could work. I mean,
Lorraine's alive.
Yeah. No, but people like give. First of all, she's a nun. She can't get kids.
Well, she's not a nun yet. So okay, perhaps this right here, fan theory. Game theory here.
Mm-hmm.
Sister Irene lived in the United States and got pregnant at a young age, as girls in the, let's say, 40s were to do. Let's see, when was Lorraine Warren born in real life?
Let's look it up.
Ed and Lorraine Warren. Lorraine Warren Holy shit, 1927? I take it back. This woman is way too young.
Yo.
It doesn't work at all.
Whoa.
That doesn't work at all.
No. 27?
Yeah.
And she passed away fairly recent.
She died at the age of 92.
92. 27.
1927.
She went through a lot.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of ghosts.
Oh, a lot of ghosts.
Well, she mentions she has visions. Her visions were many, but every thought at the end is...
All right, new theory. Sister Lorraine is... No, Sister Irene, not Lorraine. Sister Irene is Lorraine's actual sister in the world. That's why her being called Sister Irene is a clue. She's her real sister. They were separated at birth, like sister. And middle, she became a nun. But that's why they have the same visions, because they are really sisters.
I mean, they have similar qualities, which is the crazy part. I don't know. You might be right. That's a good theory.
There's no reason that we needed to take this much time doing this, but go ahead. Let's continue. The episodes I'm on are like the longest because we're just yapping.
We're just talking about the movie and thinking about the theories. It's good. It's good. That's what people want to hear.
Is that true?
Do we
ever get any comments?
I haven't got any comments since.
Come on, guys! Since
that Rush Hour comment.
All right, I'm still mad about that.
No. Yeah, so she mentions about her visions. Her visions were many, but every thought at the end of each vision is Mary points the way. What does that mean?
Well, when watching it, I was like, I don't know what that means, but Mary probably means Mary Magdalene or Virgin Mary.
Yeah,
one of those two.
Oh, she points the way.
Probably Virgin Mary. I don't think they build statues of Mary Magdalene.
Probably so. Burke talks about his flashback at the previous war. I don't know which war is that. Is that World War II?
They're in the 50s. Yeah, he probably served in World War II.
Or Korean War?
That hadn't happened yet.
No, it's 1952. I think Korean War is between 50 to 53. So, yeah, it's probably World War II then. I remember my WAP. Your World History AP.
Don't call it your WAP.
And it's called WAP.
You're right, though. The Korean War was 1950 to 1953. That's impressive.
Thank you. I know my dates.
Don't call
history.
it WAP.
It's called WAP. World History AP.
You know exactly why you can't call it WAP.
All right, I'll stop. Yeah, he was talking about his flashback at the war with the boy with visions. He met with the boy named Daniel.
Oh, Daniel. Never trust a Daniel.
Well, he was possessed. He was trying to do an exorcism on him, but it didn't really work. As he was doing it, Daniel sustained injuries and passed away days later.
That's rough, buddy.
It is. Zuko, that night, Burke is rescued by Irene after being buried alive in the graveyard by the demonic entity. What's your thoughts on the scene, man?
Like the Ryan Reynolds movie.
Oh, buried. Dude, that's... Yeah. Can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
I think that's my favorite Ryan Reynolds movie.
I could believe that.
Because he's not playing his stick, you know. He's not playing his Deadpool character.
Yeah.
He's playing a different character.
Yeah. All right, here we go on another tangent. I complain all the time about Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Sure.
Because he no longer, I'll say that, he no longer plays characters. He just plays himself in whatever he's in. You know, he's got the big muscles and he does the eyebrow and he doesn't play characters. There's no more Walking Tall or Gridiron Gang. It's all Red One,
Oh.
and Red Notice. Red Notice, which also had Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds only does now his Ryan Reynolds gimmick. And you know what's crazy is Ryan Reynolds has been doing that longer than The Rock's been doing his gimmick.
Yeah.
He was doing that back in Blade 3.
Yeah.
He was doing it in Waiting. He kind of did it in Green Lantern.
I think he played it safe.
It was there was definitely less.
Sure.
It was very toned down in Green Lantern because everything was dull in Green Lantern. But yeah, now all Ryan Reynolds does is, and I'll say this, for Deadpool it works because it's Deadpool.
Yeah.
But like when every movie you watch has Deadpool in it, like dude, stop.
Yeah. His stick is running too long, and it's not same.
Yeah.
I do agree, man. The Rock.
What were we talking about before that?
The scene when he was buried alive.
Oh, the nun. You're right.
The nun.
Yeah. I think you skipped over a bit that I think definitely is worth mentioning.
Which part?
So you said he saw the Daniel, right?
Yeah, he was talking about like he'd passed away because of his injuries.
But the way he gets locked in, the way he gets buried alive is he goes to the graveyard.
Yes.
And he sees Daniel. And Daniel vomits up snakes.
Yeah.
Can't leave that part out.
Yeah, I know.
That was one of the things where as it was happening, and yeah, sure, the snake itself looks very CG, and it's like, oh, whatever. But the imagery of this little haunted ghost boy puking up a live snake, I was like, that goes kind of hard. It didn't really need to go that hard, but it did. And the snake comes out and attacks Father Burke, and he falls into the thing, and it locks as the camera comes down, and then pans up, and we see it's his headstone, like he's Scrooge from what's it called? Christmas. Oh God, I'm tired.
No. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Freaking Scrooge, Charles Dickens, whatever.
Yes. But yeah, let me run down the scene here. Our dude Burke was going through some clotheslines, trying to follow the boy because he woke up, and I do want to say the boy did creep me out with his white eyes.
Christmas Carol.
There we go. Christmas Carol.
I can't stress enough how tired we both are.
It's okay.
Very late.
It's okay. It's spooky time.
It's very spooky. It's the witching hour. Christmas Carol. Carol from Annabelle. Please continue.
He's running through sheets of clothing on the clothesline, and the kid tapped on the shoulder from the back. And the boy, excuse me, the part where he touched his shoulder. I had headphones on, and I don't know about the sound quality, but it was really amazing because I could hear it. I feel like he was touching me.
What part are you talking about?
Before he gets buried alive, he was following the boy.
Oh, okay, we're before that. Okay.
Yeah. He was going through the sheets and he's trying to follow the boy.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Tamachanga. But yeah, he taps on the shoulder and he trying to look around. But when I was hearing on the headphones, I felt like he was touching me.
Oh, he was. See, if I listen to it with headphones, nothing happens in that scene.
Why?
It's just your version. Because you're haunted.
Yeah. Well, when that was happening, Irene gets out of bed and gets into the church. She sees all the nuns praying at this church, and we see the same scene from Conjuring 2 where the demon nun,
she's gonna do her bit. Yeah.
yeah, her shadow walking around the wall. But this time she walked around with the mirror, and she's right behind Irene. I thought that was pretty clever. It's a little bit the same like Conjuring 2.
Yeah. It's a good bit, and I feel like it bears repeating here.
Yeah.
We got different lighting, we have different angles. The walls are so different that like the shadow looks so big when she's walking along the wall, and then she slowly gets small, more actual size when she gets closer. And then the payoff is different because our character's following the shadow, and then it gets behind her, and behind her is a mirror, and then there she is in the mirror.
Yeah.
It was a good bit when Conjuring did it. It's a good bit here.
Yes. She got out of the nun was just like screaming at her, and then she got out of that vision.
Not to mention when Irene turns around, all the nuns are gone.
Yes. Crazy stuff here. Irene goes to the cemetery trying to find Burke. She uses her vision powers. I don't know how she did that. But she did it, and she found Burke's grave.
Oh, he's freaking out in there too.
By the way, he has a flashlight. Not flashlight. He has a
A lighter.
Lighter, and he's just looking around, and he's hearing noises.
That's pretty good.
That is
thumping on either side.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're buried. Okay, first of all, you're buried alive. Now you're hearing noises. No,
and the bell is set up earlier. A real thing that people used to do, where they would your headstone would have like a bell affixed to it with a string tied to it, and the string would go down into your grave, and they would tie it to your toe or your hand or whatever. And so, if for some reason, oopsie, we buried someone who wasn't dead yet, then you start freaking out in there. The bell starts ringing, and then the grave digger, the attendant to the whatever, they're like, "Oh, we better get that guy out," or they're not there, and you just die. Sorry.
Do they still do that?
They definitely don't still do that. Kind of makes you wonder if they should.
I think they should.
Well, I think coroner stuff. Well, okay, so that's another thing. They don't just toss a body in a grave and cover it with dirt anymore. Like if you're picked up, you're taken to the morgue, you're embalmed, your stuff's taken out, autopsies, etc. So by the time you're buried, you're gone. You're dead.
Yeah, I guess.
Just to be safe, though, in my will, I want to be cremated, though. So
you're here, folks.
That being said, if the same thing happens and you wake up and you're in the little cremation oven, that's probably not good either.
Both options are bad.
Just leave me for a week and see if I move, okay? And then we'll figure it out. Let my cat eat me.
Nah, kind of say the cat's
You're gonna
name.
dox my cat? You can say his name.
Hopefully Gigi doesn't do that.
He might do it. It's fine. I give him permission.
All right. Put on the will. Yeah, he was hearing noises, and all of a sudden, you see some nun's hands trying to give him a little crack on his head.
Oh, she was getting in there.
Yeah, she's like a chiropractor. She's trying to mess his head up. But don't worry, Irene helped and escaped Burke out.
Yeah,
and they're fine.
Helped. He almost brained him with a shovel.
Yeah, a bit. But don't worry, they were fine. The next day, Irene and Burke return to the Abbey, but only Irene can enter, as it enclosed religious doors. she meets the other nuns and learns that they are praying constantly, swapping in shifts to keep the entity at bay. We see Frenchie at the back, as you mentioned, at the bar. There's a huge cross, and this is my favorite part here because the bartender's trying to be creepy, or trying to tell like a scary story or something.
Yeah,
the bartender told Frenchie that a local girl hanged herself recently, so that's why they cover the mirrors here so the person won't be a ghost.
Yeah, and, that's a real custom, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
People used to do that.
Frenchie's like, why though? The bartender is like, bro, that damn Abby is evil.
I mean, yeah, he's not wrong though, is he?
Mermaid Man, where are you? We need your help. The bartender is like, dude, you left a priest and a nun over there? You're about to get 2 more dead bodies, my dude. And he had fear in his eyes when he said that.
Yeah. This bartender's been through it, man.
Yeah.
When's he gonna get his Conjuring spinoff?
Oh, the bartender.
The bartender. He's gonna fight the nurse.
I hope so. According to Sister Ohana, Ming's family, the abbey was built in the Dark Ages as a castle for the Duke of Saint Carta, a powerful big dude, aristocrat.
There you go.
Obsessed with the occult. The Duke summoned the demon through a rift of the catacombs, but was killed by Christian knights. However, the bombings...
That was so funny. When the knights just run in.
Yeah, I was like, what am I watching? Am I watching the Crusades or something? What's going on here?
We're getting the flashback. It's very Assassin's Creed, isn't it?
Yeah. I was like, where's
it's a mix of like, yeah, so you got Templars running in to kill this guy, but he's like a full-on like blood-bathing druid with pale skin.
No.
Cracking open the depths of hell for no real reason other than he can.
I guess so. I mean, if one of the knights took off his helmet and it's Michael Fassbender, then that's a crossover.
Oh my god, with the Assassin's Creed universe?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that movie existed until just this moment.
I'm surprised it's not a TV show because that game that series has so many games. Let's make a TV show out of it.
No, you don't have to. It's okay.
All right. Well, Daniel might say something. He's a big gamer there.
The little ghost boy?
Our Daniel. Daniel McGee.
That little ghost boy. I understand.
Yes. But yeah, they're talking about reopening the rift and unleashing the entity. Burke, through a book which he saw and took after being buried alive, identifies the demon as Valak. Irene says to stay at night over here because the gates are closed until sunrise. Abbas talks to Burke if he had any concerns about this place. He was like, hey, do you like the food here? Dude, by the way, she popped out of nowhere when Burke was trying to do his research.
Yeah. I'm just now realizing that Burke did in fact learn that the demon's name is Valak.
Yeah.
All he had to do was say it out loud, and he would have won.
Well, he didn't know. You know what to do there.
Fool. What a fool.
But, Skyler, at the end of this conversation between these two people...
Oh yeah.
Abyss said... Abyss. I'm gonna call her Abyss. Abyss said Sister Irene is lost. And then... dies. Burke realized...
slumped over. Like Marion Cotillard in The Dark Knight Rises.
Perfect. That's where it is. Burke realized that she's dead the entire time by opening the veil, and she was a skeleton.
I thought he was immediately trying to loot her. He was trying to, like, because she's got that the cross necklace. It's a big, like, ornate cross. And as soon as she slips over dead, he reaches out his hand and goes straight for it. That's what I thought he was doing.
No, man, he's trying to check what the hell's going on with this lady here.
Yeah, what's going on with Abyss?
Yeah, well Sister, yeah.
Now she's gone, and we don't have to say her name anymore.
No more Abyss. Sister Irene gets hella crazy visions or a dream after waking up. This is the scene here that was going a little crazy here.
This would be the scene where if you told me the shot of her in her vision with her hair slicked back, that's what made you think, is she related to Vera Farmiga? That's I would believe that because I'm seeing it now. Yeah,
for sure. She sees a nun praying in front of her, and asked, "Who are you?" This nun starts to do the crack and pop and starts shaking.
Yeah.
Irene gets close to the nun, but the nun prayer beads starts to fall off.
Oh, like CM Punk.
Oh, right in his mouth. This is my favorite part here. Not my favorite, but it's a good part here. The camera pans down of Irene picking up the one bead, and when the camera pans up, the nun disappears and then appears right behind her saying, "God save you." That nun hangs herself.
That's what nuns do around here.
Yeah, man.
They shout some cryptic shit and they yeet out the window.
I thought that was a sin, but now we're here. The camera pans around while there's some knocking, and behind Irene, the door opened, and we see the demon floating through the hallway to her.
Yeah, she's coming. I don't like that. Her encroaching.
Yeah, I don't like it either. But it's a great shot because it's right behind her. But don't worry, she disappeared like always. Sister Irene goes into the same hallway where the nuns in the beginning of the movie were at, where she was in the Hell in a Cell match. The door opens at the end and is the Valak, the demon nun. She turns her head to her with those yellow eyes. What did Aunt May say?
Those horrible yellow eyes.
Yes. In Spider-Man 2002. Sister Irene is attacked by Valak, but her sister, Ohana Mink's family, helped her and told her to go pray with the other nuns.
Go pray with the other nuns. That's a really funny sentence.
Yeah, please. When she gets there, she found a white sheet covering someone's body, and his sister Ohana Mink's family. What is happening? Is she dead?
Oh yeah, she's dead.
Stitch killed her.
Oh, he wouldn't have done that.
No.
Maybe the live action Stitch. We don't know yet.
Oh man, that is happening. I forgot about that. That is more scary. That should be the new nun.
Live action Stitch.
Yeah,
floating down the hallway at you.
Yeah, with I don't know if you saw that teaser trailer. Did you see the N-word?
What?
For those who are listening, go watch the Lilo Stitch teaser trailer that was released in, I think it was Comic-Con or Disney 23, whatever. That teaser trailer, I think he said the N-word.
I typed in Lilo and Stitch live action, and the first thing that came up was some awful AI generated image. So don't click that one.
Don't do that.
Continue while I listen to this.
Okay. Bert goes into the confession box and talks to Daniel. And Daniel asks, "How long I've been dead, dude?" He popped out of nowhere and said, "Why didn't you help me?" That kind of scared me a little bit because we're wearing headphones. And it appears that the Valak, the Valak is the boy. More nuns comes over to Sister Irene, and all of them are started to pray. And then one sister said, like Freddie Mercury, he said, "Don't stop believing." No. What's that song?
Freddie Mercury?
Yeah, what's that Queen song?
It's definitely not Don't Stop Believing. That's
Can't
Journey.
Stop. Oh, Don't Stop Me Now, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's Queen.
One sister said, "Don't stop praying." I don't want to bring up Freddie Mercury. When she reunites with Burke
I can't believe I have to say this on your podcast. I don't think Stitch said the N-word.
it's right in the beginning.
No, because that's the part I listened to. Okay, listen, you're reaching.
I might. That's what people say on Twitter.
No,
I hear it.
It's the same voice actor. I assume it's just a clip from old Lilo and Stitch that they animated with live action.
Maybe. Well, Stitch needs to be stopped anyways.
I hate calling it live action too, because I know there'll be people in it, but there's nothing live action about the only part of the movie we've been shown.
They should stop remaking Disney classics. Stop it.
Well, then people should stop going to see them. Every time they make $1 billion.
Kids.
Tell me how the in quotes, by the way, live action Lion King, not a goddamn live action thing about that. Tell me how everybody hates that movie, but it made $1 billion. Explain that to me.
I think it was because of
I did not see it, and I'm not going to see the new one.
I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, it's your fault, you fuck.
Yeah, I think it's because of Seth Rogen. That's why he was
Don't try to blame Seth for your mistakes. That's not fair, and you do it all the time. That's Eddie Murphy.
Excuse me. When she reunites with Burke and Frenchie, she discovers that none of the nuns she had seen or talked to were real.
None of the nuns.
No nun here. She's been praying alone.
He said, "Where is everyone?" And they said, "There are none."
You don't want none.
You don't want none.
The AJ Styles should be a nun. Come on now.
AJ Styles should be a nun. He should fight the nun. You don't want none.
You don't want none. Sister Victoria had been the last nun in the abbey and has been sacrificed herself to stop the Vatic from possessing her. Irene was getting scratched. She was getting scratched on the back.
Oh yeah,
crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, we never saw follow up to see if that was real. By the way,
that's true. They never went back to her back
because the pentagram is scratched into her back. But then by the time she gets up to let Father Burke in the door, we never see it again. I don't think. So I mean, I'm gonna assume it was real, but it may have just been in her head. I have no idea.
I guess. Well,
when I was looking up the Lilo and Stitch thing, by the way, did you already talk about how Frenchie came back and shot a thing with a shotgun?
That's coming up.
Oh, okay. Well, no, it would have happened already if she's going to let him in the door.
Oh no, yeah, he just shot. I didn't add that part. Sorry.
Yeah, Frenchie came back and shot a guy in the face with a shotgun.
Yes.
And then I have something very exciting to say about Frenchie a couple scenes from now. So continue, and I'm excited to get there.
All right. So we're theorizing that Valak can only be stopped if they seal the rift again with the blood of Jesus from the relic, the same way the Knights did, or Michael Fassbender. The trio retrieves the vial.
Now,
with Victoria's key.
I was laughing quite a bit when, and I think they first showed it in the flashback when those knights sealed the thing the first time, right? So the blood of Christ is in this little vial shaped like a cross, because why wouldn't it be?
Mm-hmm.
And it's contained in this little crystal orb ornate with gold on either side. And bro, you've seen Monty Python, right? The Holy Grail?
I've seen it. I haven't seen it in a while, but
Okay.
yes,
Well, do you remember the goddamn holy hand grenade? Because that's what
yes,
it looked like.
it
I
does
saw that
kind
and
of.
I was like, is that the holy hand grenade of Antioch? That's
I
what
think
you
they
need.
brought it here.
That's what you need to close it.
Absolutely. uh, yeah, man, I need to watch that movie again.
Classic comedy, very funny.
Classic. Mel Brooks.
No, no,
You gotta make that.
Monty Python, the group, the comedy group.
Oh, right, they made it, of course. Maybe I was thinking of
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
yeah, maybe I was thinking that.
Bro, you don't know what you're thinking.
No, Blazing Saddles. I think that's coming out too.
Oh, yeah, all the famous knights and holy grails and blazing saddles, the cowboy comedy.
um, no, Monty Python is really good.
Now, if live action Stitch was in Blazing Saddles, then he definitely would have said the N word.
Absolutely. We on this podcast we can confirm that is possible.
Yep. You can
Um,
take that to the news sources if you want to.
please. Irene asked Burke to, um, promote her to the status of a professioned nun, as he does. We get that scene from the trailer where Irene is in the hallway, looks at another hallway, and then looks straight, and then there's a nun with no face behind her, walking with her. Irene stops and looks at that nun, and then Valak runs at her from a different hallway.
Ooh.
Good stuff. It's good. The nuns are like the Nazguls from the Lord of the Rings.
Did you skip over the part where they used the cross to light the dead nun on fire and then shot her in the face with a shotgun?
That's coming up.
No,
I
that's
missed that.
yeah, you missed it. Because that's
Go
right
ahead.
after she realizes that you don't want none because no one's there.
Yes, please talk about that scene.
Okay. The dead nun in the room comes to life and starts flopping around. So Father Burke puts a cross to her face and lights her on fire with prayer, and then Frenchie shoots her in the head with a shotgun. I don't know what else there's to say about it, but it's pretty phenomenal, just like AJ Styles.
It's good.
Okay, so here's the part that I've been wanting to talk about. So
Mhm.
yeah, before they go down and there's all the faceless nuns,
Yeah.
they're kind of gearing up, right? They've become a Dungeons and Dragons party. We've got the we've got the we've got the key to unlock the magical door. We've got torches and we've got our
Yeah.
weapons, and we're all ready to go to battle. And Frenchie's like, I don't even know why I'm here, dude. But oh yes. She takes her vows. Sister
Yeah.
Irene takes her right in front of the smoldering pile of ash that used to be a former nun who turned into a zombie. She lies down on the ground and takes her vows and joins the Catholic Church coven as a nun. As Frenchie is loading a shotgun in the corner. We are no longer in a horror movie anymore. We have fully entered an action movie.
Yeah.
And that is symbolized by something that got me more excited than anything else in this whole film.
It's the most action in the universe.
Frenchie took off his jacket.
Yeah.
And now he's wearing, and look this up if you have to, it's on Netflix. He's wearing almost exactly Rick O'Connell's outfit from The Mummy. Brendan Fraser.
He does.
He's got the white shirt, rolled up sleeves. He's got the suspenders holding up the brown pants. He's got a shotgun. He has become Rick O'Connell. And he's holding a torch, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's the Mummy.
Yeah.
He's become Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Wow. That's good.
I almost stood up watching this scene. Like, pointing wasn't enough. I almost just got up out of my chair. I had to be closer. I had to feel its presence. He's got a little ascot, too. He's full Nathan Drake in this.
Oh yeah,
A little French Canadian Nathan Drake.
I can't believe they made a movie with Tom Holland.
Yeah. Would you say this movie's better than that movie?
I'd rather watch The Nun than that Uncharted movie.
I think where I am in life right now, I would say the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about that Scottish guy in Uncharted who says stuff and Tom Holland's like, what?
I like that scene.
That guy should have been Drew McIntyre though.
Oh. Yeah, I agree. You cannot hear anything he says. Well, right now he's injured, so I think it's time for him to become a movie star. But he has the body, he has the look. He could do it. All right. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here, towards the end here. In the tunnel, Irene is possessed by the Valak.
Well, okay, you've skipped ahead again.
Excuse me.
You keep skipping ahead. They get the grenade. They get the blood of Christ.
Yes.
because now that Frenchie's dressed like Nathan Drake, they solve a Nathan Drake puzzle.
Yeah.
And the Mary points the way. There's a statue pointing at the wall, and they're like, I wonder what that could mean. Then it's got a hidden keyhole in the wall, just like in The Hobbit.
Yes.
And then they get the blood of Christ.
They got it.
And props to them. They get the blood of Christ, the actual blood of Jesus Christ. And nobody says we could sell this for a lot of money.
No one's thinking that.
They're kind of busy. You're right.
Yeah.
But you're telling me not even Frenchie thought about it? He didn't even say it?
Dude, that guy's been seeing nuns around him. He's scared. He's not Justin Long from Barbarian.
No, he would have sold it.
He was so but yeah, in the tunnel.
This is where they're attack the faceless nuns, right?
Yeah, the faceless nuns. They kind of copied the Silent Hill with the nuns standing in one spot.
Yes, absolutely. They've done that. But are they doing a thing? Rather, let me ask: is it intentional? Because this is how I interpreted it. All of because there's the nuns walking around, and they don't see their faces. You just see the habit, right?
Yeah.
And the habit represents, I think, the commitment that Irene just made taking her vows. And
yes.
Then you have all these dead nuns with their faces covered and all this stuff, and Father Burke is fighting off the faceless nuns. He throws the oil on the ground and makes a flaming cross, which is metal. So the imagery of the faceless nun is supposed to invoke this this lapse in faith, right? Like, you just made a big commitment, you gave yourself to God fully, and now you're being chased by the physical representation of that commitment. Like, it's supposed to be tricking her into thinking she might regret it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not making that up.
No, it's kind of like that, pretty much. That's what she was pretty much trying to do the entire movie, or towards the end of the movie.
The only reason there's really no actual payoff to it, other than when they defeat Valak, then she's still a nun. You know what I mean? Like, there's no moment of her defining her decision of keeping her faith.
No, it's like when they beat the lady, it was like, that's it. Pretty much. Just no as you said.
Yeah.
But let's
But now you can get to how she's possessed.
Yes, let's get down here. I'm glad you brought that but I forgot to put it in my notes.
I have to say something smart every once in a while. I can't just keep talking about your dad throwing you into a wall.
Thank you. In the tunnel, she is possessed by Valak. possessed Irene said, "You should have kept running away, Frenchman."
Yeah, Valak's talking smack now.
Yeah.
And she's getting a little, I mean, I don't want to say racial about it, but she's bringing his nationality into it.
Yeah, I didn't know nuns or demons can do that.
Pazuzu from The Exorcist can.
You're right. But Frenchie says, "I'm French. I'm French Canadian."
Hell
bitch.
yeah, bitch!
And he
You don't want none.
You don't want none. He smears the blood on her face, casting out the demon. When Valak starts to ascend from the water and attacks Irene, that's a great scene, by the way. When she was coming from the water, I'm like, dude, this is from nightmares. This is what you dream of.
Mm-hmm.
Valak starts to drown her in a flooded chamber. Irene, who had kept some blood from the vial, and she puts it in her mouth, and she spits it to the demon's face. Banishing it from the rift is sealed. Frenchie is now trying to resuscitate Irene and reveals his real name is
Maurice.
Unbeknownst to be the others, during the attack, Maurice was possessed by Valak.
All right. Gonna run through it really quick again.
Yeah.
She very quickly, and no one else notices, possesses Frenchie, then tries to kill Irene. All the while, Burke, who didn't get a chance to help in any of this at all because the little Daniel ghost showed up and threw a snake in his eye.
Yeah.
So he loses an eye, basically. God, that little Daniel kid's a goblin. He's a freaking little gremlin.
He keeps snakes in his mouth. Who wants that?
Well, I guess Valak does because they when he's reading off the Valak stuff earlier, he says that she's the eater of snakes or something.
Mm-hmm.
Mother of snake things. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. She gets thrown into the chamber where the thing is, luckily.
Yeah.
Valak rises out of the water, tries to drown her, and she very quickly, cleverly puts the blood in her mouth, spits it into Valak's eyes, and then Valak's done.
She's gone. Finally.
Until she's not, because she's in The Conjuring 2.
Yes.
So...
Well...
Don't really know what that's about. Well, also, she's in The Nun 2, but I haven't seen The Nun 2, so I don't know where that takes place. It takes place before Conjuring 2. I guess I'll figure it out. But the good news is the blood of Christ both destroys Valak and seals up the thing. And it becomes like the ending of Indiana Jones 4, where they're trying to get out of the spaceship and everything's getting sucked into a... It's not a great comparison because it's not a great movie, but that's what it reminded me of. So
no, that's okay, because 20 years later, at the University Cinema in Wakefield, Massachusetts, Perron watches as Ed and Lorraine presents a footage of their attempt to exorcise a possessed older Maurice. Maurice grabs Lorraine and showing her a vision of Ed dying, which initiates the Warren investigation of the Perron farmhouse haunting. And it all comes back together.
It does. So it's funny because I think the Maurice reveal, as I'll call it, it works and it doesn't work. It works because... Well, no. First I'll say why it doesn't work. Because out of nowhere, after he saves her, she just says, "Frenchie, what's your name?" Like immediately after being revived. And he's like, "Maurice." And then she's like, okay, thank you. And then, you're the audience. You're sitting there. You're like, what? Who's Maurice? Am I supposed to know who that is? Is he somebody? Wait a minute. But then it does work because I feel like if you don't think about it, and Jay just says, oh, his name's Maurice. And then we see that he's possessed at the end. And then we see the stuff. And they're like, here we are. This guy's named Maurice. And you're like, oh, that did happen.
No.
Oh, that guy was there. Although I think they reshot footage because that was not the same guy. Right?
You sure? I have to look back at it, but maybe it's not.
Please do, because I don't think they either cast somebody that looked like the guy they used in that old footage, or they reshot it with the Frenchie guy.
Maybe, maybe. But they showed that footage from the 2013 The Conjuring.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And this is where we at here, 2018.
Yeah.
So that's a big, long gap.
Yeah.
To show that footage again. So
Yeah.
it's good. I like it.
I do have one, not a complaint, I guess, just something that makes me a little. So, Father Burke lost his eye.
Oh, unfortunate.
But he survives, and they're going off to do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sitting here thinking, like, oh man, Father Burke's gonna show up in The Nun 2 with an eye patch. He's not in that movie. I looked up the cast. He's not in it.
He's not.
Man,
when you watch The Nun 2, because I haven't seen it since I watched it in the theaters as well.
It only came out last year.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of movies since then.
Oh, I know.
It's not what you think it is, in a sense of how this one was.
Well, all right.
Well, that was The Nun. What did you give? Well, no, yeah. What is your rating for The Nun? Since we talked about it.
Oh,
I gave it a 3 out of 5. I thought it was
keep it.
They had good stuff in there, but of course the story is simple. I don't want to give it too low. I don't want to give it too high, so it's right in the middle for me.
Yeah, I also don't want to give it too low or too high. I think me being so 50-50 on this movie, being like, that's really cool, that's really stupid, that makes sense, why did that happen?
Mm-hmm.
I think for now, and I'm reserving the right to change it later, I'm going to put it at 2.5. But 2.5 with the asterisk that I enjoyed watching this movie and I would watch it again.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that like I said, Nun, she brings it. She brings like the scare factor.
Yeah.
Like when you see her, it's like, what the hell? Because of course her floating, when she's on screen, everything's good about her. But everything besides that is like, this is what's going on. We have nights here.
I will say, if I decide to change my rating later, it'll go up, not down.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear.
It's on the line between 2.5 and 3. I just don't know where exactly it falls. I'm putting 2.5 for now. That's my official answer for this episode. But it could go up.
Oh, okay. I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm hearing some lightning here.
Oh no.
By the way, for this episode, for those who are listening, we have to admit here, it is almost 4:30 a.m.
Oh yeah.
So we are a little bit tired. I'm sorry we're not giving our full energy, but that's what it is with these 10 movies of the Conjuring Universe. So I apologize for our exhaustion.
Yeah, Abrar has to watch Monday Night Football and then Raw before we can record this.
Yes, so I'm a little, but don't worry. The next week we will be talking about The Curse of La Llorona and Annabelle Comes Home.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, those are gonna be really good.
I feel like La Llorona. I don't know. That one might. I genuinely don't know where that one's
forgot.
gonna fall, because that one's a bit weird.
I forgot the set pieces for that one, so I have to go back. When I rewatch it, I'll probably remember. But yeah, I literally forgot.
But Annabelle Comes Home, I'm excited to revisit.
Oh yeah, that's still a good one. Still a good one.
Yeah.
Do you have interesting facts for The Nun?
Hit me with those interesting facts for The Nun.
The premise of the setting of The Nun resembles the folklore surrounding the historical Hauska Castle. The castle was built to seal over a pit to be a gateway to hell in the late 1200s.
Oh.
Kind of creepy.
Yeah, it is creepy.
Another one is that the film was originally set to hit cinemas in mid-July of 2018, but was pushed back closer to Halloween on 7 September in hopes of doing a successful at the box office as the movie It in 2017.
Yeah, what the hell? Why? Listen. Releasing horror movies, especially a horror movie like this, in July?
Makes no
What's
sense.
your problem?
It's not a summer movie.
I mean, horror movies can come out all the time, like whenever you want, I suppose. But a horror movie of this caliber, like Halloween, is what you need. That you need people showing up for. Oh, I need this big spooky movie.
Yeah,
because Longlegs didn't come out anywhere close to Halloween, but also Longlegs got really good advertising and word of mouth. And is that going to hit home media for Halloween, you think?
I want to assume so.
At least streaming, maybe?
Not streaming. I think it's too soon. I don't know, because they release... When it comes to theaters, it goes to streaming within like maybe the next day or the following month.
That's a big problem that we've got right now, for sure.
Yeah, I hate it. But yeah, The Nun smashed over 700 million worldwide.
What? It did?
It did. Oh, sorry, the movie It did.
Oh, I was gonna say. I thought we did the box office earlier. It wasn't that much.
No. The movie It did 700 million. That's pretty good.
So creepy clowns still make more money than creepy nuns.
Yeah, talk about Art the Clown.
No, come on. He's not gonna make money.
The movie Terrifier 3 is coming up. They might reach us to 1 billion. You never know.
1 billion? All right. if Terrifier 3 makes $1 billion, I owe you a Coke.
Thank you. Coke Zero.
Yes, sir.
But 40 milligrams of sodium. It's a lot.
Can't win them all.
Nope. But we mentioned early in this episode that this movie is pretty much like a haunted house type of thing, right? Well,
oh no, what's happening?
The promotion for this movie is they made a haunted house of the Abbey.
Oh.
So I have a video of a short clip. Okay, let's find my browser here. Now sending that link.
Oh, Warner Brothers UK horror. Oh God. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Gonna warn anybody who listens along with this is that it just starts with a guy screaming.
Yes.
So turn your volume down accordingly.
Yeah, so this is The Nun, the real Abbey experience, Warner Brothers, and I believe this Abbey was, of course, in the UK. I don't assume it to be in the United States, but of course in Europe.
Yeah.
On a count of 0, we're gonna click and watch not the football game, but the video.
I'm so tired. All right, let's go.
Okay, when I say 0, we'll press play. 3, 2, 1, 0.
Thank you for joining me this evening in the Abbey. The church has asked me to investigate the death of a nun.
Sister.
Oh, how'd they do that?
Oh no.
Do you like haunted houses, Abrar?
I love them until I get a headache.
Oh, you get a headache.
Yeah, I get a lot of headaches when I'm in the haunted house. Oh, look at that.
I don't like haunted houses because
God is with me and I'm with the Lord. God will protect you.
they buried that guy alive. Oh my gosh, she's not liking it.
No.
Close your eyes.
Not closing.
I need to know.
Eyes.
Is the devil in?
I'm gonna be quoting that guy.
There we go. Yeah, that was the haunted house they
I'm
did
not
the promotion.
closing my eyes.
I would have done the same, but yeah, so there, you know, the one in Fort Worth, Cutting Edge.
Sure, I've never been, but yeah.
So it's proclaimed the best haunted house in Dallas or maybe in the United States.
Sure.
It's an hour long haunted house, and I've been there twice now, and it's different themes every time. The first theme was, I want to say, but it's different. I think the first one was clowns, killer clowns.
Yeah.
And then the second one was something with ghosts. I forgot what it was, but those experiences, they were really, really, really scary. The second time I was there, the ghost one, I had a big headache before going in, so it was a nightmare for me. Just in there for an hour with a throbbing headache. And it was like around 2 a.m. So it was a mess. But I do recommend at least go to one good haunted house because there's a lot of bad ones out there.
Well, so here's the thing,
Yeah.
and why I'll never go to a haunted house. It's because there's two things that I don't like. I mean, there's lots of things that I don't like, but the two that coincide with haunted houses are, as we've discussed many times, excessive jump scares.
Yeah.
That's most of what a haunted house is.
Of course.
And people getting in my personal space. It's not a fear thing so much as a like, dude, get away.
Yeah. Yeah. In Cutting Edge, there's a guy with his chainsaw.
Yeah.
But without the blade, of course. But the guy was running in not my ass. But he was.
Oh no.
He was right in my face with this, because you know the chainsaw is like so loud, right? So he's right in my face so loud, and I'm like, he was chasing me too. So
yeah, well, so that's another thing is I don't think I would even be a good participant because if the dude's like, I know the guy can't kill me, can't hurt me.
No.
He can't. I don't even know if he's allowed to touch me. It depends on the waiver that you sign.
Yes.
But like, if the guy's chasing you with a chainsaw, I'd be like, okay, yeah, and I don't think I'd run. I don't think they don't want me there. I wouldn't be a good participant. Sorry, I'm a party pooper, but that's why I don't go.
Go to the Six Flags one. They're not that too crazy.
I'm not gonna go to any of them.
You gotta experience one football game. You gotta experience.
I'll watch you go to one.
Okay, that's fine.
Are you allowed to film when you go in there? I bet you're not.
I mean, it's hard to because it's dark.
You just need a GoPro
on
your head, and then you can upload that, and I'll watch that.
All right, I'll try to do that.
That'd be a good Halloween special.
I thought of usually haunted houses are on land, but I don't know if you like cruises, but I was thinking they should make like a cruise haunted house. Haunted cruise.
Oh man.
And I
don't like cruises.
You're in the water for 7 days, but it's a haunted ride for 7 days. Just an idea.
If they made a themed cruise, that would be so much money though, because you know how much money it is for a normal cruise where they stick you in a little cabin and then they're just like, all right, eat and drink and then go.
That's true.
But if it's like this whole themed experience for 7 days where like your ghost, because remember how expensive that Star Wars cruiser hotel was, and that wasn't even on a boat.
No,
That was just there in a parking lot.
yeah, it can be expensive, but I don't know. I do like haunted houses, but I think I've been to one too many, so I'm like, I'm out of it
You were tired.
as of now. Unless
Don't
Did
hang
you-
up your hat just yet. You don't want to be like Brett Favre and unretire.
well, I don't want to be Brett Favre at all. He steals money from kids. So, and he said he has Parkinson's disease. I don't know what to believe. So,
Oh, do you think that's not true?
he said it in court, on court, and I think he's trying to get sympathies. Maybe he has Parkinson's, but that should not be an excuse. Like, oh, that's because I steal money from kids. But that's a whole nother podcast.
Oh,
Check out my sports podcast.
Brett
Talk about
Favre
that.
podcast. Yeah, that's the little question you start at the beginning of every podcast. You're gonna be like, "All right, guys, here's a question. Do you think Brett Favre is guilty?"
Yes. But yeah, I do recommend cruises. Like not cruises, haunted houses. I would go to another haunted house if I'm with someone new, like who never experienced it, like you. That'd be great for me at least to see your reaction.
Yeah,
But,
it's not gonna happen. I'm not. Going.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm not going.
Yeah, that's alright. It's alright.
I don't think it would be very fun to watch people jump out at me and be like, "Okay, yeah, you did startle me."
You know what I do? What I do in haunted houses is I like right now I'm like -10 Abrar scale.
Yeah.
But when I go into the haunted house, my scale is at like 100 right now because I start to yell just for no reason, just to have fun, or or someone's trying to do a pop-up scare, not pop-up scare, jump scare at me, and I just say some random words. I think one time I called a guy like, you are a squirrel seducer, something like that. I don't know. I say some crazy stuff.
That sounds like a very Abrar thing to do and say.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah,
another problem with haunted houses is that we're 30. So
no, people still go.
Come on. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying I won't.
All right. Have you seen that movie Hell House?
No, I think you recommended it to me, but I haven't seen it yet.
Watch that.
What year did that come out?
Not too long ago. But there's like
2015.
There's a lot of spin-offs of those movies, but I do recommend. The story is stupid, but it's a found footage movie, and I do recommend at least the first one.
Okay.
It is creepy. Other than that, that was the Nun rewatch pod here. Skyler, where can they find you, man? We're gonna talk about Curse of La Llorona and Annabelle Comes Home soon. So where they can find you, man?
Let me tell you where they can't find me is at a haunted house. Where they can find me though is tomorrow. Not early because it's goddamn 4:30 in the morning right now. But tomorrow I'm going to the movies and I need your help. I need your energy. I need your prayers. I need you to pray the demon away because my double feature that I think I'm seeing tomorrow is Megalopolis and Joker 2.
What a duo.
Those are the movies I think I'm going to see tomorrow.
What a duo.
Now I don't know which one I'm seeing first. I might see one and just tap out. I'm not sure.
No, I recommend. So Joker 2 is a whole other thing. But I recommend to watch.
I'm going to become the Joker.
Especially simply this late. But I do recommend Megatropolis. It's not a good movie. Whatever it is called. With Adam Driver. It's not a good movie, but I can see this movie to be the next cult classic like The Room.
That's quite a thing to say about a Francis Ford Coppola film.
Yes, especially his film. But yeah, it's gonna be a cult classic in the next 10 years. People will go back to this and be like, "Go back to the club."
Go back to the club.
And also, Adam Driver's like, especially in that scene, he's like, "Yes." I have to rewatch. Actually, I need to watch that film again. Anyways, because I was watching, I was like, I don't get this. But then I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, it's supposed to be stupid. I got it now. Anyways, let me end this thing. Of course, you can follow this podcast on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio. I am on Twitter at BB Wonders.
Oh my
I am on.
goodness.
I said it.
I just had a heart attack when you just said. It was like, that is not your Twitter, please. Don't go to that Twitter. Also, I don't know what it is. Don't go there.
So go back to the club.
Go back to the club.
I'm also on TikTok. Bamboo Wonder Podcast as well. And that's it. That's it for the Nun. Hopefully, we're right in the middle of this universe, and hopefully, we'll get some good movies to watch.
There's one guy in the big screen watching Joker 2 tomorrow.
Only one?
I'm gonna sit next to him.
Do it. He needs some help.
You and I are gonna go back to the club.
I need to watch them. I need to end this right now. Don't forget to like, comment, and follow.